Up and running. Alright, greetings everyone. And welcome to the 5th race of this season. Season number 10 of the IMRC Cup Series. And we're bringing you action from the Bermuda Triangle. And no, that is not meant to be a pun, a joke, or anything. This is quite literally the Bermuda Triangle. So, super speedway racing was basically a triangular Daytona. That's probably the best way I could describe it, but it is treacherous here. Very gripped up, so if you spin out, it's going to be very risky. The risk of flipping is very high, of course, with the being a super speedway anyway. There is high risk entailed anyway. And these guys are definitely going to be going for it because we are already, after this race, going to be halfway through the regular season. Meaning that after this, there will only be 5 more races to decide the top 10, which the top 10 will make up the championship contenders come the postseason. I say postseason because it's like I've said, a very unique format that the IMRC has. You can basically think of it as 2004 chase mixed with the current playoff system. The top 10 drivers will advance to I forget if it's 4 or 5 races. I believe it's actually, I believe it is 5 races. A 5-race postseason to determine the final 4. Those final 4 will then duke it out at Homestead. For each win that a playoff driver gets during the regular season, however, it will count as 10 extra points toward their total in those 5 races. And if they win within those 5 races, then they will accrue 10 more points to help get them to the final 4. Hopefully that all made sense. In the meantime, though, right now we're focused on Bermuda. 60 laps on tap for tonight. Of course, it will show as 70 for the possibility of green-white checkers. Pit window should be about the same as Talladega. About 20 laps, roughly, for fuel. And right now it looks like we have about 22 drivers ready to get this thing going, which we will go ahead and run down the starting order really quick for you. So on pole, Roger Ray in the 84, currently 10th in the points, trying to improve on that and maybe be a little more safe as far as making it to the postseason, as you see just how dangerous it is to flip, courtesy of Dejan Weeks. Cole Baker in the 71, I believe that is a replacement ride for Chris Wetz. So Cole Baker filling in for Chris Wetz, so however Cole does here tonight, Chris Wetz will earn those points. I think that you can only get 1, maybe 2 substitutions throughout the course of the season. Don LaPrade, last race winner at Onward Speedway, in 3rd, and then Andrew Lemke in 4th. Natan Amoedo, keep an eye on him, in 5th place, and then Shane Sides in 6th. The Warren brothers, Blake and Grant, are 7th and 8th, and they are the only drivers that took lap time. Sonny Tolman and Robbie Gilvin will round out the top 10 through randomized starting positions there. Dejan Weeks, Tristan Allen, Alexander Gonzalez, Matthew Rodriguez in his first start of the season. Spencer Gilmore is back in action, as is Seth Cole and Cody Lamas. Tyler Mallon, winner at Talladega. Austin Ogo, Michael Norman, newcomer Nick Roten, and then Jerry Cook in the final starting position. Drivers just getting filled in on drivers meeting, and then once they are complete with that, I am going to enable communication with the tower, quote unquote. I will enable Shane to basically speak to us so that we can hear everything that is going on. I am flying solo for the time being, however we might get some drivers popping in at some point or another. That'll depend on how they're doing. Apologies in advance, though, because I do not have Michael Norman's paint scheme, so that's why it looks weird. That's just how this mod is. It's kind of funny what they did with that. Let's see. So far, 3 different winners in the first 4 races of the season. Of course, Tyler Mallon won the first race at Talladega. And then Dylan Schwallenberg went 2 in a row at Fontana and Las Vegas. He is not here tonight. He did not show up at Onward Speedway either. That race being won by Dunn LaPrade in the 74 after a very, very chaotic final few laps. But LaPrade was able to come through on top. Another interesting note, though, about this track, the pit road speed is 55, but you may have seen it already. This pit road entry, it is basically one long access road, but pit road speed does not begin until that cone right there that you saw LaPrade and Norman come in on. So that is going to be really interesting because you can't really go full throttle through there because there's no banking. But at the same time, you really want to be aggressive there, try and gain as much ground as you can. That is going to be a very, very treacherous spot. And I will be interested to see what happens there. And we'll see if we make it to green flag pit stops or not. This should be another pretty good race. There has been some fantastic racing. These drivers have been really showing their skill throughout these first 4 races. We'll see how it will go tonight. Next race after this, race number 6, will be at the Nelson Piquet Autodrome. So you know that the Brazilian drivers, primarily Natana Morita, will be going for it in that one. However, Blake Warren, of course, racing tonight, however, has said that he would probably be stepping into the booth for the remainder of the races, with the exception of the final regular season race at Daytona. He's mainly been focusing on the plate racing efforts, and he will be out there tonight. From what I also understand, William Goss was also supposed to have a substitution to help him out tonight. However, I don't think that they made it. It was supposed to be Tristan Wilhoit, who has been a regular within the IMRC and leagues like it for quite a while. Tristan Wilhoit, a pretty good driver in his own right, was supposed to be a sub-driver for William Goss tonight. However, it doesn't look like he has made it, so that could really hurt Goss's playoff hopes. And of course, he could get a provisional, which would mean that you would get I think a little less than last place points, like maybe 5 points less, but you would still get some points. Shout out to Henry over there in the chat. I'm sorry to hear that, man, but hey, hopefully we can put on a good show for you to have some fun and watch. Of course, also before we begin, I do have to send a major shout out to Michael McDowell winning the Daytona 500. Definitely in chaotic fashion, but still, it's always cool to see an underdog win in NASCAR at all. Nonetheless, the biggest race of the year, the Daytona 500, probably the biggest underdog win since Trevor Bayne in 2011, which, yeah, fancy that. Trevor Bayne won in 2011, and then 10 years later, it's Michael McDowell, and 10 and 20 years, respectively, apart from when Dale Earnhardt unfortunately passed. So, just some little urban legend stuff there, maybe. Before we kick it to race, I am going to re-enable communications with Shane Sides real quick. There we go. So if you do hear someone else talking in the background, that is Shane Sides likely making some calls. Going to be relaying the information to the drivers, and we will be hearing that as well. Like right there, he just hit the button.
Well, he did not show up. He was supposed to stop for Will. Good point. I forgot about that.
Yep, yeah, there you go. Tristan Wilhoit's supposed to sub for William Goss. If he does start talking, I'll try and make sure that we can actually hear that.
I mean, the reason why Wets couldn't race tonight was because Texas pretty much shut down for snow, so I wonder if Wilhoit had the same thing and maybe his area just got late. I don't know.
Yeah, speaking of Texas, do have to send
Okay.
thoughts and prayers out to everyone affected by that major
Probably
accident.
didn't know that we changed our times, because the last time you raced with us, that was when our practice was until like 8:20 p.m. Eastern.
But yeah, major.
Zero speed's 55. If you want to verify, it's also in the track. It's also in the info tab on the race weekend.
Oh man, yeah, these guys are definitely practicing up here. But yeah, thoughts and prayers out to everyone affected by the major accident on the highway in Texas. Ice is nothing to mess around with, no matter where you are in the country. So, if the weather's looking like something like that could occur, stay off the roads. This has been a PSA courtesy of Andrew Miller, aka Top Dragster. Thank you all for watching this one.
Tell Natana I got the. Oh wait, where is it?
We're getting ready to get going here. Soon enough. Oh man, a blow over there by Cody Lamas. Man, just another reason that this race is going to be treacherous. I mean, it is the Bermuda Triangle, so
he wasn't even a team room. How am I supposed to whisper?
You know that it's going to be pretty scary. Seth Cole doing a nice barrel roll there in the melon, particularly melon car.
1 minute. Any questions?
And there you go, 1 minute till we kick it to the race session. 60 laps. That is an interesting position for the 08 to be in. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Jerry Cook, though, riding high after a third place finish at Onward Speedway last week. Kind of one of the underdog drivers. Don't see him up at the front too much, but he's definitely a good wheelman. Can get it up there when he needs to. Hopefully he'll be able to do the same thing tonight. Of course, wishing good luck to all these drivers tonight.
If a skyscraper's in your pants, either you must be really like at the top of the skyscraper with your underwear like attached to it, or you're basically dead. Skyscraper appeared in your pants, that'd probably kill you. Or launch you at least like 300 feet.
I will apologize for any language or weird references, anything of that sort. I mean, it's IMRC. Memes are made here. That is literally the slogan of the series.
It's like, we use freedom units here.
Which is funny because I'm pretty sure it's saying that Shane is currently living in Germany. Be interested to see how Nick Roten does in at least the first start that I've ever seen him in that number 15. A really great looking car. That 08 looks really great. The 27, the Armor All car looks absolutely fantastic. Spencer Gilmore 79 looks awesome. There are some really phenomenal paint schemes in this 74. I mean, not only are a lot of these guys really good drivers, but they're also really good painters.
Is he coming back, or are we good to go? Whoever was in a team room with him, if at all.
Sounds like they're getting some communication stuff fixed up currently. Because obviously everything that we're hearing here on the broadcast, they need to hear too, so that they know like when green flags are going to drop after or for a restart, any penalties, admin calls and all that stuff. So everyone needs to be able to hear. And by the sound of it, there might be some people who currently can't hear. Little note though, these drivers will, in the pack, be hitting upwards of 220 miles an hour. These cars, just like last week, do not have restrictor plates on them. And obviously it's not exactly like how it is in real life, so...
If I'd noticed it sooner, I would have just told Henry he should just get into 35 and just change his name real quick.
Probably referring to Henry Nova. Who we've seen a few times out here.
Yeah, we're going.
Everyone just kind of messing around a little bit as they normally do in happy hour. But time to mess around has stopped, so getting ready to go racing here for 60 laps. The Bermuda Triangle, I'm going to get on and off track. As the field gets lined up, everyone, that's a feature of Bermuda, everyone kind of sliding a little bit while they sit there. But Roger Ray in the 84, the credit to Dodge, Has had a very, very strong car. Very, very fast race car as well. Every race so far this season, just has not quite been able to find as good a result as I'm sure he would want. So he's looking to change that here tonight as the second race of 2 of the Super Speedway stretch commences here. Waiting for everyone to get on track. Not sure if someone may have missed the start there below Shane Sides. Yeah, I was going to say they are resetting, and that was Amaruito who missed the start there.
Drivers, to your cars.
So they are resetting for that. They will also reset if we have an early caution. That would be, I think, within the first either 2 laps or 3 laps. I don't remember exactly which it is. But if a caution does get called before a certain point in the race, they will re-rack and try one more time. And whatever happens after that point, it is what it is. 4 and 71 here on the front row. Again, that is not Chris Wentz, that is Cole Baker. I'm going to need to remember that myself. Looks like just about everyone's on track. Oh, shoot, I forgot. That's probably my fault for holding them up. Yep, that was me. Sorry about that, guys. Completely forgot. Pace car gets rolling. 84 and 71 on the front row. 74 and 70 in the second row. And then the 36 and the 2 make up row number 3. Pace car is going to pull onto pit road. 22 drivers ready to get this thing going. Who's going to survive? Who's going to come out on top? And who's going to probably end up flying? I imagine probably a few drivers. Ready to go racing at Bermuda in the 5th race of season number 10. Cole Baker making the outside line work. Going to take the lead away with Don LePron, Nathan Amorito, and Shane Sides behind them. You saw a slow start there from Robbie Gilvin, maybe just looking to drop to the rear and play it safe in the early going. Looked like Matthew Rodriguez went with him as well. But the outside line forming up here early on, the complete opposite of Talladega, where the inside line was where you wanted to be. Otherwise, you weren't really going to go anywhere. But right now, the outside forming up very nicely. But now Shane Sides looking to make the inside work, cutting in front of the pole sitter Roger Ray. Warren Brothers also there on the inside, the 8 and the 33 respectively. And then the 63 of Alexander Gonzalez with Cody Lamas behind him. Cody Lamas has been up in the mix a few times. Been able to pull together some good results. Of course, had an engine failure late in the going last week. Looking to rebound from that. And here comes the rookie with a great run on the inside line. Nick Roten in the number 15 Toyota. Showed some good speed in practice. He looked pretty strong from what I was seeing, so this will be pretty interesting as 3 wide. 63 kind of washed up the track. 48 took advantage and is going to get by him, but Jerry Cook going to gain the biggest advantage from all that. And the 63 going backwards as now everyone's going back to the inside. And single file for right now. Grant Warren might be hanging out his brother, though. Nope. Blake's going to try and make that outside work once again. Right now, field being led by Cole Baker. Going in for Chris Wetz, and there goes Amoito. Up the outside, no surprise there. He always said that he wants to put on a show for all of us and to try and get that W. A block there by the 71. Golly, cutting in front of the 74. Amoito not holding back. But looking for the race lead. Does not have as much help as the 71 at the moment. That's going to hurt him. Shane Signs with a shove from the 84. And the 2 looking down. Man, that was bold. I don't know if he got bumped or if he actually went for that. He makes it 3-1 up the middle. And it's only the 5th lap, but Shane Signs now going to the point. Man, that was aggressive. But he will lead the lap. Now he needs some help from the 36. 84 showing the 71. And we got 2 even lines now. Dunlop third car in line on the inside. That looked like Andrew Lemke on the outside. Third car back. And then a slight gap to Blake Warren there. Seth Cole moving up through the field in the number 24. Only his second start of the season. Raced also at Fontana. Kind of had his struggles there. But he is definitely a really good plate racer. And looking to make it happen here. I'm actually surprised to see him up here. He's normally one of the more conservative drivers early in the going. But he's bringing Michael Norman with him as well. Of course, those guys running the NNSCRA and FRN together. So they know each other very well. They race with each other a lot. So I'm not surprised to see them together. Austin Ogo behind them. The Warren brothers sticking together as well. And Matthew Rodriguez not too far in tow there in the 57. Got a little bit of a gap back from this pack, which currently Cody Lama's last car in line. Tyler Mal and Alexander Gonzalez are a few ways back here. And then Robbie Gilvin. There's Nick Roten, who dropped way back all of a sudden. And Spencer Gilmore as well. There's Jerry Cook. They're all still holding on to the draft for right now. Tristan Allen has lost the draft at the moment in the 27. Again, could be a strategy call. Knowing the swarm that's taking place up here, we saw some really bold moves from 36 and the 2. Now these guys have settled it down, but 2 very, very even lanes. They cannot shake each other at the moment. 84 right on the tail of the 71. Completing lap number 8. 71 with that lap led. Of course, leading the most laps does earn some extra points. As Blake Warren with a big dive to the inside. Getting behind the 7 of Ogo. Who's looking to turn his fortunes around. After some great runs that ended very, very poorly. More often than not so far in these first 4 races. Dejan Weeks just sitting there at the moment. Just outside the top 10. And now Shane Sides edging ahead is going to clear the 71. Andrew Lemke looking to make a third line work with Seth Cole behind him and Grant Warren as well. That is not going to work out for now though. But that was a bold move. 36 also gets clear of the 71, looking to try and get to the outside. Thinks better of it, goes to the inside. Man, it is easy to come and go. I mean, we saw the 15 and the 08 up there a little bit, and now they're some of the last cars in this league draft. So you got to be careful. You see some of those other guys falling back. They probably see some of these moves that are taking place. And Morito being very, very bold. And we're only halfway through the first fuel run. But yeah, that's with these kinds of speeds, these laps are going to tick away really quick. I mean, this race would only probably take like less than 45 minutes if this were to go green, which I think is a very, very tall task, but that's not to take anything away from these drivers. They are incredibly skilled and incredibly good at what they do. It's just with how tight they are, how fast they're going. All it takes is just one little slip up. I mean, we saw it at Daytona yesterday. All it takes is one little slip up, and it's going to end in calamity. Again, with this track having as much grip as it does, you can make some pretty dirty moves and get away with it. But that's also going to entail risk if you start to spin out. The risk of grip flipping is very, very high. So Nathan Morito, Cole Baker, Roger Ray, and Andrew Lemke on the outside line. Shane Sides, Dunn LaPrade, Michael Norman, and Austin Ogo on the inside. Seth Cole laying back a little bit on the outside, that 24. Blake Warren on the inside. Runner-up last week. Also knows how to get done on the plate tricks. Dunn LaPrade looking to hang out the Shane Sides in the middle. Can't quite get there. Man, I don't know if they're intentionally doing those moves or if these cars are just that twitchy. Either way, they're doing a great job of making it work. So breezing through this first run at the moment, this lead pack separating themselves a little bit from the second pack, led by Tyler Mallon at the moment. Let's see, 221 miles an hour going in that corner. He's still... or excuse me, they're still within the draft of the lead pack, so as long as they can keep that, they should be okay. Jerry Cook kind of struggling to hang on at the moment. Spencer Gilmore looks like he has lost the pack. And Tristan Allen, of course, lost it a little earlier. He's hoping for a caution at the moment. And I think that these drivers might also be too, because they have pit stops coming up and on this very, very, very weird and treacherous pit road. It's going to be something to behold in terms of how they're going to handle it. This track proving to be very multi-groove. Golly, everyone going all over the place. Roger Ray now ducks to the inside line. That is really going to hurt that outside's momentum. Now basically only being 2 cars at the moment until Lemke can get up there. These cars do have pretty reasonable draft, but I mean, once you get that car length separation, it might as well only be a 2-car tandem up there. So now they got to try to regroup and reform if they want to try to take the lead away. At the inside with more cars at the moment. Shane Sides leading the way. Ahead of the 74. Last week's winner, Dunn LaPrade. Oh, further back in the pack, Robbie Gilvin looked like he got into the wall just a little bit. Keeping it going straight though. Again, all these, and how about that? They're all Toyotas, but they're all just hanging back right now, probably waiting to see what that lead pack does and how it all unfolds. As we check back up here, and that outside line is completely disformed. Michael Norman was on the inside line, then was on the outside, and Nathan Amorito just dropped way back. So I think that maybe the 71 just tried to get in line. 70 went with him. And now we are down to a single file inside line. Probably everyone knowing that pit stops are coming up very soon. I will say this is not what that second pack wanted to see. They wanted them to stay side by side. When they get single file like this, it is actually a lot more difficult for those that are further back in the pack to hang on to the draft. Because when you have no one behind you and everyone else basically being able to hold it perfectly flat out in front of you, that does make a big difference. As we have an engine blown up in the back, it's Grant Warren. Just as we're coming to pit stops. Shane Sides, Dunn LaPrade, Cole Baker, and Nathan Amorito all coming in, and they do a great job. Perfect move there by Grant Warren with an engine failure. And Andrew Lemke in trouble on the entrance to pit road. Let's see what happened there. Trying to come in. Blake Warren being a little more aggressive. Was able to get in there nicely, and he just got hit hard from the 33. I think that Blake Warren thought that pit road speed began at that wall, which it actually does not. And that's going to cost him. The 70's also going to... I think that maybe the 70 thought the same thing. So that's going to be a big problem for them. Here comes the second pack. Ooh, Gilman with a bit of trouble getting in there, but he's able to keep it straight. Yeah, great job by all these drivers. That's a tough break, though, for the 70. Also for the 33. Also, Blake Warren, I think, is going to be well back at the draft after that. And now here's the question. Where are these drivers going to emerge? Because now it's only basically 4 of them. Shane Sides with a great stop is able to get way ahead of them all. I don't know if that's going to hurt them. I mean, these 3 are well formed up.
Someone hits you, you gotta serve it.
Baker, LaPrade, and Amoedo all catching the 2 at the moment. Matthew Rodriguez coming in again. Looks like he either stayed out there or is serving a penalty. And out come the other drivers now, so...
I'll clear it. I'll check it post-race as well.
Who's going to have the advantage? Sides breezing past Gilvin. There's Malin, Norman. Now Gonzalez as well. Looks like they're all going to be pretty even. Cody Lamas is there as well. And actually, no, we do have a bit of a breakaway. Led by Dejan Weeks. Great job of improving some track position there. But there are only 3 cars versus... Let's see, that is 4, about to be 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe 9. So that's going to merge up in a hurry. A great job by those 3. They have pulled away, and if they're able to do that on each pit stop, that'll definitely help them tremendously. But you saw they all had to pit on about lap 18 to 19. So the debate about this being a 2-stop race, I don't think that's going to be possible. I think that they're all going to be a little bit short, unless someone is able to save quite a bit of fuel. So these 4 have gotten away from 5th place Cody Lamas. Actually, he's only shown in, or not 5th, 8th, yeah. That makes sense. Trouble there for Nick Roten in the 15. Saw some dust there in turn 1. And is off the pace on the apron at the moment. But no caution.
Clear, claim, caution. That's my fault. I'm sorry.
And we got trouble.
Claim,
Shane Sides already claiming it himself. Already
That's
more trouble.
I apologize. That's 100% my fault.
Cole Baker around. And yeah, you hear Shane Sides saying, that's my fault, that's my fault.
Pace speed 60. I apologize. That's completely 100% my fault. I should have went right instead of left.
Well, let's see exactly what it is that he's talking about, but that might have knocked Cole Baker out of contention. So let's see. These guys are making a move on the outside. Dejan Weeks tried to block them. And Sides with the aggressive move to the inside. And that just did not work. And then everyone else with really nowhere to go. As Baker was sliding down the track, that will collect Gonzalez and Lamas.
Pit road is open. Whoop, sorry.
But man, that is a tough break. Just a bit, maybe a little bit overly bold there by the 2.
Pit road's open. Pit road's open.
Certainly something to behold, though. So the drivers will slow it down to 60. This will merge everyone back up. That is exactly what Tristan Allen wanted to see, though. Did not fall a lap down.
Hey, wake up.
So he will stay on the lead lap. John Amorito saying that we can maybe get a question to him. I would have to set up a whole whisper for that. I don't know if I could do that this quickly. I guess I could try. Try and do that really, really quick here. Well, actually, before I do that, we'll go ahead and see how pit stops unfold. Because I can't stay in the window with it playing. So Roger Ray will inherit the lead after that with Dejan Weeks in second. Roger Ray's definitely going to have the advantage here and with the number one pit stall. This will be a great view for it here. Pratt stopping a little bit short in his stall. Ray pulls out.
Hey, wake up.
Well in the lead. Looks like he's the only one who maybe took fuel only. There goes Ogo, gonna inherit second. Dejan Weeks third. Amorito will be fourth. And Blake Warren looks like he will be in P5. If he didn't get a speeding penalty. Because I see everyone starting to drive by him. Ooh. It looks like they're just trying to get things settled there. Roger Ray with fuel only. But now this should be good enough to get them all to within, let's see, 40, yeah, looks like it should be one more pit stop for pretty much everyone. Fuel window should be enough to make it. We currently have 36 laps remaining.
Going green this time. Line up.
And we are going green this time, so our in-race report from Amorito might have to wait.
Well for strike. Tail end penalty for strike, actually.
Chain size dropping to the rear as per IMRC rule. It is an EOL.
Volunteer EOLs, just catch up to the field, guys. They go green without you, it's not my problem.
You heard some of the calls being made there. Yeah, some guys maybe not quite hearing that the 2 has the penalty. Some other guys maybe had speeding penalties, so they think that they should be behind the 2.
I'll get you 15. Please keep a check clear.
Just trying to get that all squared away. The good news is that the game still thinks that they're under green. This is manual cautions. So, with it working that way.
No, no green, no green, no green, no green. Cancel, cancel, cancel.
And green has been canceled. Perhaps just some
Going green this time. Line back up.
miscommunication there. Or them not quite getting lined up properly. Let's see exactly what happened here to cause that aborted start. Yeah, I'm not really sure there. I guess
Yeah,
no one.
does. I'll give it a lap.
I guess no one was really lined up there. Take a look at the standings here.
Too busy punching myself in the nuts for that stupid move.
Well, there you go. Cody Lamas has retired from the race, surprisingly, as has the 33, who lost the engine earlier. It looks like maybe that was for Nick Roten maybe getting back on the lead lap. Because he may have lost a lap when he had problems coming off of pit road, and thus he would have inherited the free pass.
Move forward. If someone jumps out line like that, just move forward.
I was just trying to keep track of everything coming from the tower. Minimize all that. And we'll be going back green here with exactly
You're fine.
35.
There's like 10 people taking a
Laps to
volunteer
go.
yellow for some reason.
So it looks like the issue is that we have a number of drivers that are saying, hey, I just want to hang out in the back. Well, the problem is that so many drivers who want to be in the back, it's not really the back anymore. So everyone
Hey,
getting
y'all need to get fucking doubled back there. I can see that shit.
Apologies for that. But coming to the green here, Roger Ray and Austin Ogo leading the bank with Dejan Weeks and Natana Amoito third and fourth. Don LaPrade and Michael Norman were back to racing. And a great restart there by the 9, going to make it 3 wide with a shove from Seth Cole. 36 with a great move there to get down to the inside. Get out of a 3 wide situation. Tristan Allen kind of in the middle of a hornet's nest there. Robbie Gilvin dropping down. Looking to get to the back. Yeah, shout out to Allen. Sniffing the top 10 now after losing the draft throughout that entire first run. In between Spencer Gilmore and Shane Size at the moment. We'll see how long he'll be able to hold on to that, as we might be going 3 wide. Thought about it there, but thought better of it. Amoito and Ogo trying to make something happen on the outside. But not enough cars up there at the moment. It is all Roger Ray and Dejan Weeks right now on the inside. Field starting to settle down to single file once again. Amoito still trying to make the high side work. Very little help there. Now he's got Tristan Allen. Seth Cole's going up there as well, looking to lead the line. But they got to get a few more cars if they want to make something happen. Cole Baker struggling from that damage. Robbie Gilvin has dropped back as well. And yeah, there's that same lineup of Toyotas. All just dropping maybe half a second behind the lead pack. Again, probably a voluntary move. Just waiting to see one unfold. We still do have one more pit stop to go. And something may have happened here that caused these guys to get separated. Shane Sides and Seth Cole being side by side. Those guys in front of him pulling away a bit. Everyone just trying to find their rhythm now, except for Michael Norman looking to make the move. Michael Norman not really worried about the point situation. He's only made I think, just like Seth Cole, only one other start. So he's in it to win it. As is probably Seth Cole. Blake Warren's not running all the races. Tristan Allen, you know that he's going to be going for it. I mean, everyone's going to be going for it, but there are some drivers that they're really just solely worried about the win. Even Spencer Gilmore, perhaps. His only start of the season so far has been Vegas. There's Seth Cole. Matthew Rodriguez in his first start. Might also be looking to make something happen in that very colorful number 57. The field now single file once again. But it doesn't seem like a lot of these guys are going to be very content to stay that way for very long. So we'll see who will make the first move. You can also probably expect the final round of pit stops to begin around, oh boy, I would say maybe like 52. I think that's officially when the pit window would open. They're right on the edge, but they should be okay to make it to the end, no problem. Amoito looks up there, no one goes with him, so he gets back down. As I get some chewing gum here to refresh my throat. I probably should have gotten a drink. Andrew Lemke running a little bit higher there. Maybe thinking of trying to make something happen. The prod goes up there too. There goes Shane Sides as well. Lemke's having none of it. Got really close there with the Don LaPrade, who gave him a great shot. Tristan Allen bailed out, went back to the inside. And there goes Sides once again. Ogo going up there. Now the outside line starting to form. LaPrade bails back to the inside, as does Ogo. Little trouble there in the corner with Matthew Rodriguez and Spencer Gilmore. They all keep it going straight, however. And once again, that outside line, just as quickly as it formed, It has dissolved. Not to say that you don't have some strong cars up there, you just don't quite have enough. But now Tristan Allen looking to lead the outside. If they can get maybe one more, if Ogo maybe ducks up there one more time, they might be able to make something happen. Lemke bails to the inside now. Just in front of Seth Cole. Going to separate the two NNSCRA drivers. And there goes Norman up to the outside. Norman saying, hey, let's make something happen. Let's go. And did I say 52? I meant 42. Really sorry about that. Like 52 to 40. Jeez. 42 to 43 probably. Very sorry for that. And now LaPrade going to the outside. Once again, forming up on that outside lane and getting a great shove from Norman. Going to get up to the door of the 7. Maybe going to get to the quarter panel of the 10. Right now it's about 3 on 6. As LaPrade looking for the race lead. Little squirrely there. Almost contact with the 2 and the 36. But they keep it straight. 3 wide. Down the front straightaway. And Morito gets clear. Gets in front of the 2. Lemke by himself now. Looking to decide which lane do I want to go with. Right now it's 3 on 3. Lemke decides to go low. A little bit past halfway here at Bermuda. Again, remember, we're only going to lap 60. Those extra 10 laps are there just in case green-white checkers are needed. Great shove there on the inside of the line. Despite having maybe slightly less cars, they're holding together really well. A little bit of side warp from LaPrade. That might hurt them a little bit. Norman might be backing off just a little bit so that doesn't cause an issue. Because, yeah, lag is a very scary thing in these plate races. Bumper grab can send someone around very, very easily. Those Toyotas still just sitting there like Mallon, Gilvin, Cook, Roten. All hanging back there. Alexander Gonzalez as well. But Don LaPrade with a great shove from Norman. Still leads that lap, but not able to clear the 84 as of yet. Probably within 5 or 6 laps of the final round of pit stops. Little more side warp there from the 74. You know that that's hurting him just that little bit. Norman's just that little bit hesitant to really get on the bumper. And push as they catch the 71. Golly, he nearly blocked him. But gets out of the way. Right thing to do. A little more warp from the 74. If it does get bad enough, then the admins will tell him, hey, drop to the back. Because that can be very, very dangerous. Probably not bad enough to quite warrant that yet, but it is definitely enough that it's making Norman and probably Dejan Weeks nervous. Because if that 74 warps at the wrong point, then the 9 is bumping him. That is going to be catastrophic. Tristan Allen up there as well with Amoito behind him. These lines doing a great job with each other, keeping it even, although there goes Tristan Allen to the outside. Maybe got shuffled out there a little bit. Hard hit for Spencer Gilmore into the outside wall, bouncing off of the 8. We'll take a very quick look there to see how that occurred. Yeah, the 8 just came up just a little bit and doored him, and that put him in the wall. And they just passed the 57. Yeah, it looked like Tristan Allen may have lost a lot from that. Actually, something really happened there, of course, while I'm looking at the replay. Something might have happened to that outside line that got them all separated like this. I would go back and look, but then I feel like I would miss something else. And Tristan Allen now loses an engine. 2 engine failures already tonight. We had one last week with Cody Lamas. Grant Warren did it earlier, and now Tristan Allen. That is a big bummer right there. Man, had a good run going. And I'm sure that he was excited to make something happen. That is going to... Oh! That blows. No pun intended. That really, really sucks. Golly, random engine failures in this game do occur, and they are gut-wrenching when they occur. Well, gut-wrenching when they happen to you, but man, I feel for him there. 20 to go, though. Here at Bermuda. And final round of pit stops imminent here. I am getting messaged, and I think I know who it is. And yeah, Tristan. I'm gonna wait just a second, and then I'm gonna tell him to come on up here really quick. But now 19 to go, and pit stops imminent. But they're down to single file. I'm gonna message him really quick. It's gonna freeze the game for a second. So who's going to make the first move down pit road? It's going to be Roger Ray. Andrew Lemke as well. And Tristan Allen has now joined me here, dude.
Oh, and we're spinning.
Oh, we're spinning? Who's that?
Blake Warren spun and flip entering the pits.
Oh, no. Number 8. In trouble there. I was just going to say, though, dude. God, that sucks.
Caution, 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 caution.
Caution is out as we're taking a look at what happened to Blake Warren, and yeah, just grip flip coming into pit road there. Is that what caused it?
Car flipped.
Yeah, it's no matter
if you're
what.
in pit road, you can pit still.
Oh, this is going to change everything. Everyone on pit road can pit. Everyone else has to come back around, so this is going to change the leaders.
Ooh, that's true. Yeah, that's a good point there. So that's going to really benefit guys like Seth Cole. I mean, Blake Warren, even though he flipped.
His talent damage on that car.
Yeah, he doesn't look too bad. He didn't hit anything really hard, so... let's see, Amoito as well. LaPrade. Of course, Shane Sides and Roger Ray especially.
Oh, did they pit before pits were open, or...?
They're not. If I don't say they're open,
Yeah,
they're not
pits
open.
are
We're
closed
in pit road. We're in the pit
pit.
road when the caution came out.
Ooh, boy.
I
All
don't
of
say
these
they're
guys
open.
are
They're not
VOL.
open.
Well, here's a question, though, because you'll know better than me on this one, Tristan, but if they just drive through, would they still get a penalty?
I don't think so, but they were riding in the back anyways, while the Toyotas were, so I wouldn't be surprised to see them just do this just to ride in the back easier.
Well, it looks like Matthew Rodriguez is going to go ahead and take service.
Well, it looks like you were right, because all these guys just seem to be going straight through.
Looks like it Lemke as well. I thought I saw Lemke make it to pit road the first time, though. But I could be wrong on that. But yep, they all just drove through except for Rodriguez. Yeah, Dayton Weeks, Austin Ogo, and Michael Norman pulling the... oh yeah, it's big brain time.
For those of you who pitted when we were if we were on pit road already when the caution came out, then pull off to the right, please, so that we know.
Actually,
who's who.
you were right. Lemke was
right
in
against the wall.
pit road the first time. He just missed it. He came in too hot and bailed out.
Ah, okay.
He was going to be with that
As
first
long as
pit
they
crew.
did not take surface, as long as they did not take service, they're fine. They just have to pit. Pit road's open this time. As long as it didn't take service, then they won't be given ELO penalty.
And from what I saw, the only driver who took service that time was the 57. Everyone else just drove right on through there. But Tristan, I will take this opportunity, like I said, though, man, that is a big bummer, but you were doing a phenomenal job out there, I gotta say.
I was
You were
just
on
trying
pit
to
road
see if
when
I could get
if you were on
another
pit road
top
right
10.
in the
I
middle of
needed
the caution
points
came out. Pull
to
up, please. Pull
even
to
be
the right
able
near
to
the
do
wall,
much
please.
with this series championship. But after that, and already being 20 points out of the transfer spot before this race started, I
Lucky Dog is
think I'm
71.
just gonna go full on for lights now.
Hey, that's that's perfectly reasonable there.
Alright, drop back down to the bottom.
Leading the points in lights, and now going to be over a full race back in Cup. I don't think it's going to be.
Oh, you're already
the
leading the
easiest thing
points.
to come back. Yeah, I was leading the points in lights.
Oh, sweet. All right.
So yeah, that's why I feel comfortable dropping back to lights, because I've definitely doing well in that series.
Think you're still going to make a few starts here, though?
Oh yeah, because well, as long as I don't win. If I win this week or anytime else, this will be my lock-in to lights. But
okay.
if I don't win, I probably will be able to run until Charlotte or Daytona. Charlotte or Daytona would be when I points lock my way in if I don't happen to win.
Gotcha.
So I'm going to keep just running Cup races, see if anything miraculous happens until then.
All right. Gotcha. Well, I'll definitely be rooting for you, though. And hey, it's good to have you up here now.
Yeah.
Sure, everyone in TV land, the man Tristan Allen.
Yes.
If I didn't already say.
Cause the caution.
Yeah, number 8 of Blake Bourne going flipping there, bringing out the yellow. And that's what I said. I mean, with how gripped up this track is, I mean, it's called the Bermuda Triangle for a good reason.
Yeah.
We're gonna try and see if we can go green this time. Go ahead and double up.
Look at Seth Cole moving up here to 4th place now in the 24.
I got very lucky there on the first caution.
Yeah, I saw you drop back, which I'll go ahead and ask you. Did it just play out that way and you just lost the draft, or was that a strategy call?
I wanted to drop to the back and hang on to the back of it, but on lap 1 I saw so many cars dropping to the back that I just didn't want to add on to it. So I rode around a lap and decided to go the second lap, and I just couldn't get in line fast enough.
Okay.
They just pulled away, but it made pitting easier.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? Yeah, I've been thinking about
Just going green this time.
how to come down that pit road. How tricky really was it trying to actually decide what the right speed was?
Well, it just, you kind of have to just go for it, but like you gotta like take it like you're just turning, but you gotta like be completely off the throttle for a good amount, or else you're just gonna absolutely miss it.
It's been so long since I ran this track, I don't even remember. I don't remember if this is even the same grip level, but 15 to go. Everyone lined up, ready to roll. Roger Ray, Shane Sides on the front row, and I'm keeping my eye on that 2 and 36. They've been the most aggressive drivers. Who are you looking out for here?
I'm looking for Natan, just seeing the 36 on already 3 wide.
Yeah, Michael Norman making the move to the outside there. Don't think that's quite going to work out for him. I think we're trying to get up to Seth Cole. But yeah, Amohito, he kept saying, hey, I'll wreck the field for the broadcast if you want me to, basically. And I'm like,
oh yeah,
don't do that. But that just goes to show what he's willing to do, not just for the race win, but also to put on an entertaining show. And he's already done that. Shane Sides has done a good job of that.
don't look now, but here come the Toyotas.
Yeah, those Toyotas, I don't think that they're going to be holding back at this point. Tyler Mallon, Alexander Gonzalez, there's Gilvin.
He looks like got in the middle of them.
Going down below, almost below that yellow line. The you're not allowed to. Oh, door slam there from the 18 and the 24. But you're not allowed to go below the yellow line in this series, right?
No.
I didn't think so.
There was only a few very specific scenarios, like last week at Outward, turn 3 and 4, but nowhere else on the track.
Gotcha.
Which is why you saw everyone on the last lap just absolutely just turn left, hoping to get some crazy run off the corner.
I remember seeing the 08, and I think it was the 63 do that. That was pretty fun to watch.
Yeah.
But now that outside line is starting to form up. Whoa!
And now we got the forwards line, and Dejan's going back with Ray on the bottom.
Yeah, Ray's had a strong car there, but Bermuda with a great shove to LaPrade. Oh, Ogo decides to bail out of that.
Oh,
And 3 wide.
Doesn't want to go.
Dejan
Gonna
Weeks.
benefit that outside.
Yeah, that's, oh boy. Yeah, here's a question. Who does Malin go with? Does it go with Bermuda or Weeks here? Looks like it's going to be the 10.
But the 36 I still see has a run down the back straightaway.
Man, that was a great run by the 36 if he doesn't slam into the 10. Don't think the 74 is going to be able to clear yet.
Contact.
Oh boy.
Therefore barely clears him. Emerito looks to be dropping. No help there.
Yeah, he's got nothing there. But LaPrade going to be the benefactor of that. Going to take the lead away. And Weeks now second with 11 to go.
Back.
Yeah, you know that he's not going to be happy with that. The 36 nearly pinches the 70. Malin's back there. You know that they're not going to be too content running back there. Desperation's going to set in very quickly for some of them. Whoa! I saw a dive out of Norman that time. We have 11 laps to go this time, and golly, you would think that it was 2 to go.
Oh yeah, they are. There goes Malin on the outside of Lemke again.
With a shove from Alexander Gonzalez, who was doing a great job of pushing at Onward last week. Now it looks like Side's going to go up there too, maybe. There's Gilvin and the KFC machine.
Norman giving a great shot to Emerito on the bottom to push him up to the inside line.
Yeah, true that. Keep an eye on Emerito there as he nearly gets pinched by the 69. These guys are really pinching a lot all of a sudden. I don't know if that's just how the line works or if they're really trying to side draft or something. 10 to go.
Those look a lot more aggressive than when I was running.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, you saw Malin and Gonzalez. They were running a few car lengths back of everyone else. And then here they are in the middle of the field. Lucky getting hung out to dry now. You know that he's already probably a little miffed at the incident with the 33. And now who makes the move to the outside this time? It's probably, I have my money on the 2 or the 18 probably.
Yeah. After that, I think it's the 10, the 84, and the 7 because they've been working well together the entire race, and they're right now 3-1.
Yeah, that's pretty true there. But I guess if you're in the position of Dejan Weeks or Roger Ray, assuming that no one comes up behind you ahead of time, when's the right time to do it?
I personally like waiting, unless if I see a very good run. If I see a very good run forming, I will jump on it. Like what looks like the 18 and 36 are doing right now on the outside.
And they're trying it. We'll see how they make it work. They have Norman with them as well. Norman, though, he's going to bail on them. Oh, boy, they're not going to be too happy about that.
36 pushing like the real life Fords can. Just over the 18.
Tandem draft in his back. But now the 15. Look at the 15. Getting his nose up here.
First career start in this series.
I've never seen him race before at all, and I would say that he's done pretty well for himself. Right now shown in 9th, according to scoring. But
this line's forming.
Yeah, the outside line is forming, but they're just they're sticking with the 2 at the moment, although coming off this corner, I think that they're going to get a much better run. We'll see what they can do with it, and we'll see who's going to jump up there with them with 7 to go.
Dejan looks to be looking around on LaPrade. I saw him possibly looking to the outside there, entering the corner.
Maybe just toying with the 74 a little bit, or maybe seeing how that run forms up on the outside. Nope, there he goes. It's like you were saying, Roger.
Not going with.
Ooh, Roger's going to bail on him, but Ogo's going to stay up there, though, and you know that Ogo's going to push the ever-living hell out of the 10.
18's on the 7's bumper now.
Ooh, we're going to get side by side here for the lead soon enough. Coming to 6 to go, and they're getting really close to each other's doors. Ooh, the 7.
Yeah, that was a weird push by the 18. Got the 7 a little sideways. Both saved it.
The outside line really forming up now. Question is, when is the 74 going to jump up there? I feel like he's going to throw the block at some point or another, but he's getting such a great shove from the 84.
That's probably part of the issue that he's thinking of, because the 84 has been sticking
See
out
what
his
you
bumper.
want, do whatever you want to do.
If the 84 just sticks on his bumper and the 74 tries to block, the 84 is going to definitely get right to the inside.
But now the outside is disformed a little bit. Looked like the 15 either got shuffled out or just decided, I'm not comfortable with this at the moment. It's only 5 to go, though, and now they're down to 2 cars on the outside. That is not going to work. Ooh, Malin. Getting really sideways. Shane Sides, with a great shove from Michael Norman, and I think only his second start of the season. Great to see him up here in 4th.
Lap car is up ahead, though.
Catching the lap car, there goes Ray!
No help right now.
No help. Shane Sides hanging him out to dry. Where's Cole Baker going to go? 4 to go. And Cree White checkered, I think, very much a possibility.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, especially if that happens. Cole Baker getting a little dicey there. But Shane Sides, we saw some of the moves that he did earlier in the race. Who knows what he's going to try now?
Definitely wants one, and especially after what happened at Vegas in the Light Series.
Oh, yeah. I didn't see that, but I heard some not so pleasant things occurred.
Oh, yeah.
Or is that Indianapolis? I don't remember.
Indianapolis was great. Shane got turned on turn 3
Oh.
from the lead, so
Yeah, that'll do it too.
definitely wants to get one back after that one.
Well, running second right now. Dejan Weeks is doing everything he can to help the 84, but there's just not enough cars up there. Malin's going to try again.
I think he wants 63 to clear the 84 before he goes. That's what it's looking like, at least.
Yeah, the 63's been doing a great job of staying with them this entire time. There's
Now let's see if they make that move.
Ogo's back there, though, too. 36, teasing it. He wants it, and he wants it bad, but he just can't quite get the run to go up there. But now he's going to go for it. 2 to go. Oh, and a great run. Look at that. Getting up next to the 9. If they can get a good shove down this straightaway, they might be able to get up next to the 2. Oh, yeah, they are there.
It's a massive run.
Big block there by the 74. This is a phenomenal run. They are there.
Lane formed up. Oh, contact.
Oh!
They all saved it.
They saved it somehow. Once they take.
That just killed LaPrad's run on the bottom.
Oh, that's true, because he got loose. That broke him up. But white flag. They were going to race back no matter what. And a great shot from Malin. It's going to come down to those two.
What does the 63 do? Does he stay behind the 18 or does he try to make his own move?
Oh, that's true. You know, Alexander Gonzalez, he hasn't run too much. He wants to make something happen, probably. Malin's looking to go for it himself. Roger Ray thinking if he wants to get in front of the 74 there, doesn't look like he's going to be able to do that. There goes the move.
Malin to the bottom, though, but was that forced down?
Oh, he's getting forced down there. I don't know if this is going to work. Oh, I don't know how the admins are going to call that one. But he gets bumped. And they're going to crash.
Big one on the last lap.
Tyler Malin takes the checkered flag.
Last lap pass release being reviewed.
And that will be under review. So if that is a penalty.
Do not cross the line again. Do not cross the line again.
Career win number 1 would go to Alexander Gonzalez.
Do not cross the line again, please.
But boy, that's tough. How do you make that call? He never actually passed the 36. But he definitely put himself in that position by going down there. I don't know. How would you call that as an admin?
I have no idea because I'm looking at it now. The 18 makes a move and
Last lap's
36 did go down.
Yeah, oh boy, I don't know if you would get forced or not. That's tough to say. So it's either the 18 or the 63 winning this race.
Okay.
I mean, regardless, phenomenal job by Malin. Phenomenal pushing on the 36. A little bump there from LaPrade. This would be season win number 2 for the 18. If he does indeed get it. But you know that the 63 is hoping for the admin call because that would be a major upset. Yet a great story if he
We're
were
checking to see if the pass to the lead was legal or not. So give
And
us a minute.
36 from the
Just give me
exit
a
of the
minute.
final turn went from 1st to 15th across the line.
Oh man, that's a tough break there. Oh
He
boy.
was the last one because the 9 slid across backwards before him, putting him the last car in the pack.
Now, yeah, how do you call that one really? Because it could be argued that the 36 forced him down there. I don't know. That's tough. That is really tough. Golly, I'm glad I'm not an admin.
And it also would be useful if the replays would let us actually view the steering wheel movement.
I know, right? That would be nice.
It's a hell of a lot easier.
I mean, the 60. Oh, jeez, the 63 also went down there though.
Yeah, that's an interesting one as well because, yeah, he got pushed down there, but the 63 would have done that on his own accord.
Yeah.
So where do you put that with the 63?
Golly, I have no idea.
Because 18 was blocked, but the 63 followed him below, which I think that might be what they're looking at. Because, yeah, I see the fact that they forced 18 below, but I also see the fact that he got a push from someone who went below himself.
Yeah, the 63 went down there too.
Which then, if that happens, would the win go to LaPrade?
Golly, this is tough. There's drama here at the end of Bermuda. But you got to feel for the 36, no matter what the case was there. But I kind of also saw that coming, knowing how aggressive they were going to be. All credit to them. Also a tough break for Roger Ray. Golly, he just can't quite get the results that he's looking for as of yet. But I know they'll come. Michael Norman had a great run there. Unfortunately, caught up in that as well as Lemke. A couple other drivers spun out there. But yeah, LaPrade. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, after they got like wrecked on the high side, everyone peeled to the inside, which.
Yeah, I mean that's wreck avoidance. I don't think that you could call any of that.
Yeah, but I know I just find it hilarious that the entire field pretty much finished below the apron.
Yeah, I know. If anything, the 18 was the only car above it.
Yeah.
Oh. Little interesting skirmish there coming to line between, I think that's a 69 and a 15. But yeah, so let's see. As it stands at the moment, if I can get a better angle of this. Alright, that'll do. So as it stands, Tyler Mallon was the first across the line. That's up for debate. 63, that's also up for debate. But coming across the line second, side by side with Dunn LaPrade, who could end up stealing one, depending on how they call it. Shane Sides crossing the line fourth. Austin Ogo comes back up to fifth. And how about Gilvin?
Oh,
Sixth there. Great job there. Dejan Week seventh. And also got to give a shout out to first career start for Nick Roten finishing in the top 10 in P8.
This wreck could have been a whole lot bigger. I'm looking at it. The 36 did actually hit the 63's outside door.
Okay, I think you have to give credit to Jerry Cook for probably the best ninth place finish ever. Backwards, rear wheels in the air.
Almost end up flipping afterwards.
Finishing in 10th place, there appeared to be Spencer Gilmore, Seth Cole 11th, Roger Wright 12th. Shane Sides and the admin still reviewing the finish.
The thing is, for Lemke, that kind of just sucked for him because he was running really well on the outside line. Would have put him probably close to a top 5, but he had to slow down to avoid the wreck, and he went from, when he got involved, he lost all the ground except to the 9 and 36.
Yeah, that's true. So, yeah, that's I mean, yeah, if you're on that outside lane on that last incident, you were pretty much in no man's land. Man, I'm just intrigued to see where this ends up.
Oh yeah.
For right now, though, we'll go ahead and talk to Dunn LaPrade first. He's letting me know here.
Server group assigned.
Oh, yay, I'm allowed to move people now.
Oh, nice.
Thank you, Matt Rod. Yep, shout out to Matt Rod for putting on this team speak. Yeah, I'm able to move people.
User was moved to
I'm able to move people. That is so nice. Don LaPrade showing third. Although me and Tristan were speculating that you may have won this race.
Yeah, I mean, it was everything was going on in those final couple of laps, especially coming to the white. I mean, I could have went up to block Nathan, but if I went up and he went down and went up, I could have, dropped kick all the way to the back. So I was not going to let that happen to me. So I was committed to the inside and just hoping that it all played out. And it turned out to be the right decision for me because I ended up getting a third place out of it. So, I mean, this 74 Tide Ford Mustang was really strong. I mean, a brand new paint scheme for the rest of the season. So I'm happy to have Tide on board. They've been
Last lap pass has been deemed as legal.
they've been with me before when I was
18 is your winner.
when I started off my online racing days on NR 2003. So it was good
Last
to
lap crash is also gonna be
reunite
racing
with
deal.
them. But man, I really wanted to win that one so bad. I mean, I could have went up the block, but I just know from experience I got put into those kinds of circumstances, so I was not going to let that happen to me this time around.
Well, that's a third place finish, man. And if you just heard the call, it is official. Tyler Mallon is the winner of this race, second win of the season, and that is 2 for 2 on tracks bigger than 2 miles for Mallon so far. LaPrade will come home third place. You heard him say it there. Which again,
Still
man.
are a little.
Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say, still am a little shocked that the 63 didn't get penalized because I still say that was his own accord to push the 18 below the double yellow. But I guess he technically never gained a position until he came back up on the racetrack. So I mean,
Yeah,
can't
that's.
say. I mean, technically it's legal. I would be seriously annoyed if that happened to me. If someone went below the yellow line just to push someone past.
Yeah, that. I mean, yeah, you could look at that from any angle, but that's the admin call, and there it is. So LaPrade, it is officially third for you. Which, hey, third place in a really, really tight battle race like that.
Okay,
Great job, man.
So Tyler and Dunn, for those of you who are still,
Yeah,
imagine
I mean,
the both of you are covering for.
it sucks we didn't get the
Dunn
W,
and
but
Really
at the same
Tyler
time, a third place finish out of all of that, I cannot complain about. I mean, we were already in the chase anyways. I was gonna go for it, but I was trying to be smart about it as well. Again, as I said a moment ago, given my experience, I was not going to let that happen to me. So I hated I did not get the win, but congrats to Tyler. I mean, he's been on a rail these super speedways. I don't know what's up with him and his strategy because it seems like he's gotten it down. We're going for 2 at these types of tracks. So I'm happy to see him winning. And yeah, we'll be at the. We're just going to try to go get another win next week and see what we can do out of it.
Well, congrats, man. Of course, congrats last week. I mean, first and third the last 2 weeks. That's pretty awesome. And yeah, rooting for you for next week and onward from there.
Yep. Thank you all.
Down the Prad, officially third now. I think. Tristan, you probably heard of that last call that Shane there made better than me. I couldn't quite catch what he said. What was he saying about Tyler and Dunn?
I did not fully hear that, but I'm fairly certain that the results are as stand.
Okay. Well, in that case, I guess we'll go ahead and get our now official race winner up here right quick. I'll ask them first before I forcibly move them up here. But yeah, I mean, the
Hey, wake up.
strategy there was the strategy there for them was just kind of hang back a little bit, and then they got it on up there. We'll ask them a little bit more about that here. Melon, there we go.
User was moved to your channel.
And the finally official race winner 2 for 2 on tracks bigger than 2 miles so far. Tyler Mallon hung out toward the back of the pack throughout most of the race, and then made it happen when it counted. What was going through your mind throughout the course of the race, and how'd you make it happen to get up there at the end?
Well, the whole race was most of it was focused on keeping the car clean and not like wrecking anyone or causing any dumb stuff. And I don't know. I think me and the Toyota boys did a pretty good job at that. But I know that last lap pass is going to be seen as kind of controversial, but my personal view on it is that if I didn't go down there, then I was going to wreck the whole field. I'd rather not do that. I'd rather have a clean finish and a penalty than a wrecked field. So
My only controversy is why the Toyota gave me the bad engine and not you.
yeah, I'll someone will get fired for that. Don't worry.
Well, one thing for sure, it made for much more interesting commentary, the fact that that happened. Honestly, it's so much better being able to have someone to bounce back and forth with.
Yeah.
Tristan, you did a really good job with that. But Tyler, though, I mean, yeah, I was going to ask you, because, yeah, I did not want to make the call if I were an admin there, because you could look at it as, yeah, you went below the O-line, you could look at it as you got forced down there. A lot of different looks on that, but at the end of the day, it came through for you. I could tell that you and Amarito were door slamming there a lot. Amarito got the short end of the stick, but
I felt pretty bad about that. I didn't want to wreck him. I did my best to hold it on the bottom when I was inside of him. Either I didn't do a good enough job, and that's on me, or we just got together. I don't really see it being on him. He was racing for a win. So.
Well, that's racing for the win, and racing to make the broadcast interesting, as I know that you two do. Need I remind you that 3-wide move up the middle.
I mean, we were going to work together earlier, because I whispered to him, hey, you want to work together, when we were all single file, and that's when you saw everyone just kind of got up to the outside, and I started pushing him up there. That was planned. We were like, all right, this lap, we're going to get to the front, and it worked pretty well. So I know he's really good at holding a line and really good at just, always getting to the front. So it's definitely someone I like working with when we're not working against each other, that is.
Right. Well, hey, and hey, what's a good fun broadcast without a little controversy? So thank you for that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're welcome.
But no, man, really, really, really fantastic job. That's 2 wins so far. Rooting for you to bring home some more.
Thanks.
Great job.
Thanks.
So race winner, Melon Boy, as they call him, Tyler Mallon. I feel like should have been driving the 24 for obvious reasons.
Yeah, that we got into it during practice a bit about that and started wrecking each other a ton. So that was a lot of fun.
I'm Melon Boy. No, I am.
I am the real Melon here. So.
Good stuff.
Now you guys need to do like one of those Ricky versus Trevor schemes.
Yes.
That's not a bad idea.
I would love to see that.
Definitely.
Well, let's see. Next race is going to be a track that I personally have never seen before. I'm going to call it the Nelson Piquet Autodrome, because I can't pronounce its proper name. But for now, though, I got to say thank you again to Tristan for joining me here. That actually was really, really great here. You were really great to bounce back and forth with. But I'll get some closing thoughts from you really quick here before we wrap it up.
It was just a lot of riding because, everyone saw what happened during practice, and it was very gripped up, so everyone wanted just to be more patient than probably most other tracks. And, well, when they got to it, it was actually really, really good racing when they started battling side by side with really no wrecks. Yeah,
and hey, they kept it side by side. It was very multi-lane. That was really cool to see. So credit to really all the drivers. My English abilities are done for the night. But they really skilled drivers, and looking forward to seeing what they can do going into the second half of the regular season. The playoffs are closing in. Who's going to make it in? Well, we'll just have to wait and find out. We'll see y'all next week at about the same time. Until then, though, again, thank you, Tristan, for joining me. Thank you to all the drivers for participating. And until next time, thank you to everyone for tuning in. Take care.